welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do this look for you guys. I know it was a little bit of a back and forth and I wanted y'all's opinion on what look to film because I had so many people asking me to film the look that I wore in my previous video. It has like that pop of yellow in it. And then yesterday on Snapchat, I had a lot of people saying that I should do the look that I was wearing yesterday, which was this glittery eye kind of look. And I didn't know which one to do, but I know for sure I'm gonna do both. So for right now though, the first one is gonna be the glittery eye that I was wearing yesterday. And I asked you guys on Snapchat, and I think the reason why most of you said this one is because I did the Snapchat tutorial of the yellow look. So I know what you guys are doing. You're like, we already saw that. But I will still do the pop of yellow, like full face, like everything on YouTube. That'll probably be up on Monday. But for today, I am doing this glittery eye, and I do think this is really cool for the holidays. I think it's really, it's actually a really easy look to do. It may seem complicated because you're working with glitter, but really it's not complicated at all. It's just about being careful of not applying too much too soon. And other than that, you can pair it with pretty much any lip color because it's pretty much just neutral tones going on. I am again using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and I know you guys want to see more looks with this as well. So just decided to come up with this yesterday, and I'm glad you guys liked it. So now I get to show you how to get the look as well. So if you guys want to see how I did this to my face, is that a weird way to introduce the video? If you guys want to find out how to get this look, then of course just keep on watching. So to start off this look, I'm using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre as always, and yes, I am starting off with the eyes today because since we are working with glitter, we all know how hard it is to take off glitter once it has fallen everywhere. So in order to avoid a huge mess, that is why we're doing the eyes first. So I am just making sure to buff this MAC Paint Pot all over my entire lid space, really focusing on the inner corner as well so we don't have any gaps when we put in our foundation. Then I'm going to be using the shade Divinity from the Chocolate Bonbons palette, and on a Morphe Fluffy brush, I'm just making sure to pat this all over my eyelid. Then picking up the color Almond Truffle with my Bobbi Brown eye blender brush, I am then just buffing this back and forth in my crease, nothing too crazy here, and then going in circular motions. I like to go upward in circular motions just to really blend this out towards my brow bone. Then I'm using the same brush and picking up a little bit of mocha just to deepen up the crease and give it a little bit more warmth, and doing the exact same motions. Then on a more smaller defined crease brush, I am picking up the shade Bordeaux, and is it Bordeaux? I think it's Bordeaux. I think it's a Bordeaux last tutorial. And it's really focusing this color in the crease and also on the outer V of the eye to really hug our lid, and also on the inner C as well. So we now have this open middle area, and this shading gives our eye an appearance of a more rounded look. I personally love this technique because I do have smaller eyes. So if you're looking to have a larger eye look or rounder look, definitely do this kind of shading technique. Then on a Real Hair Fluffy brush, I am picking up the shade Pecan Praline and using this more as like a buffer shade just to kind of melt all those colors in together and shade them so they have a nice gradual fade in the crease. Then I'm going to be taking a little bit of Hot Chocolate from the Anastasia Self-Made palette just to deepen up that outer V and inner C a little bit more. You could use a darker browns from this palette, but I was being picky and wanted it completely matte. Then on a flat shader brush, I am picking up the shade Molasses Chip, and I love this color, and I'm pressing and sliding this just on the area we left open, and then wiggling my brush back and forth on its flat side against the edges to give it a blend. Then carefully picking up my open glitter. This one is Candy Coin from Eye Candy Cosmetics, and doing the exact same method that I showed you guys in my last tutorial where we used glitter. I poured a few drops into the cap and then carefully dipping my brush into that liquid glitter adhesive, picking up some of the glitter, and then on a paper towel, I'm just kind of letting the excess glitter adhesive soak into it, just so we don't have it spreading across our eye and it just messes up our eyeshadow. Then when working with glitter, I like to make sure to just pack it on in a patting motion instead of swiping. Again, since there is a liquid adhesive mixed in this, the liquid adhesive can start to disturb our eyeshadow. So in order to avoid that, it's always best to pat. And for this look, I am making sure to to really just focus the majority of the glitter onto the center of my lid. And as we get more towards the outer parts, I kind of just start to spread it out, whatever's on the edges a little bit more, just to give it a blend. Once it's dry, I go in with a pencil brush with a little bit more Bordeaux and actually just kind of run it along the edges again to give it a more somewhat look of a blend. Now for the face, I am taking my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer and just smoothing this all over my entire face. You guys know I have been loving this recently. I know it's a little bit pricey, but to be honest with you, it is definitely worth it in my opinion. It's done really great things for my skin. It hasn't broken me out, and it's really good for these drier months up ahead as opposed to something that's a little bit more mattifying. For foundation, I'm using my Maybelline Better Skin Foundation with my Morphe MB39 brush, I believe is what it's called. And I am speeding through this because you guys have seen me apply my foundation a good amount of times already, and you all know what I like to do is basically just stipple this into my skin. And I love this brush because it covers such a large area so quickly, and it gives a nice full coverage as well. And I usually just like to focus on the perimeter of my face, since the center of my face will pretty much be covered and taken care of when we place our concealer. For concealer, I am using my Revlon Colorstay Concealer in Light. I don't love this concealer. I don't hate it though either. I bought it just to try it out, and I'm using it because I have it. It's okay. It's a good concealer. For me at least, it's alright. The coverage is pretty medium, but like I said, I'm not like crazy about it, nor do I feel the need to rave about it, but that is what I'm using today. So just letting you know, before I get questions on how I feel about it, just giving you my little review right now. I'm also taking a little bit of concealer with a thin stripe down the bridge of my nose, on the center of my chin, and carefully between my forehead, trying not to disturb my eyebrows. Then I am taking Sephora's brightening pen. This one is in the shade Radiant Rose, just to add a little bit more of a brightening effect, and just putting a few stripes underneath my eye area only. Then with my beauty blender, I said this on my Snapchat a few days ago, the black one is my favorite for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like it buffs everything out a whole lot better than the other one, especially the pink one. But I am just basically packing this into my foundation, making sure to melt all the edges, and also taking that beauty blender just kind of around the rest of my foundation as well. Then I'm using that same beauty blender and picking up a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and packing on this powder all over the areas where we had placed our concealer. While that's baking, we are wasting no time whatsoever, and I am taking my Benefit Hoola bronzer with my Sonia Kashuk large powder face brush and just really making sure to start to warm up the perimeter of my face. I am first taking this onto my cheekbones from the top of my ear downwards, keeping this higher up. Also along my hairline, making sure to meet this on the sides of my temples, connecting it to the bronzing. And for some reason, I think because the sun has been pretty much MIA lately, I'm taking whatever excess bronzer I have on my brush and just brushing it over my décolleté because I am looking super duper pale. Anyway, to to sharpen up our contour, I am using this Morphe, what is this brush called? Hold on. I don't know why I always forget the name of this brush. This is the Morphe MB30 brush, and I'm taking a mixture of Java and Fawn from the Anastasia contour kit. Just really sharpen up the contour from the top of our ear down towards the corner of our mouth. Once our contour is on fleek, I am then just brushing away the excess baking, and then to add a little bit of yellow back into my skin, I am taking Banana from the Anastasia contour kit as well with my Bobbi Brown sheer powder face brush, and just placing this all over the areas where I placed concealer and highlighted. Also just dragging whatever excess down underneath our contour just to sharpen it up a little bit more. I'm also going to be contouring my nose, and I'm using this flat brush that I've talked about already from Sonia Kashuk. It doesn't have a name of it, but it is definitely becoming a favorite of mine. It's just so easy to place my nose contour with this brush. It's already so flat and small. Then for my highlight, I am taking the Balm Maryloumanizer onto my Bobbi Brown eye blender brush, a clean one, and just dusting this on the tops of my cheekbones, and then switching over to a smaller eyeshadow brush and dusting this on the center of my chin, Cupid's bow, and a thin stripe down the bridge of my nose. For blush, I'm using Benefit's Coralista, and I'm going to be applying this with my Bobbi Brown face blender brush. And I am first just giving my fake smile here, and from the apples of my cheek, just making sure to blend in circular motions all the way up towards the top of my temple to my hairline. While my face products are all on now, no more powder products, I am then just going to be placing gel over my eyebrows. This is the NYX Brow Mascara in Espresso, brushing my hairs up and out. Then, since we are here already, just going to finish off the face, I am taking my ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the color Clueless. I personally think that this lip color paired very well with this look, but like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, you can pretty much use whatever lip color for this look. You can do it with a dark lip or a nude lip, whatever. Anything goes since the colors are very neutral. Don't mind my mouth moving here. I was on the phone, so if it looks like I'm talking, it's because I am. But to finish off this look, I am just taking Sigma's gel liner in Stunningly Ladylike and tightlining my upper lashes as well as tightlining my bottom lash line as well, and then putting a thin line of this liner underneath my bottom lashes. Then for the little inner reverse wing, what I like to do is actually start my brush from the inside of the top of my tear duct and have it start to kind of slide outward and just create that point that's going in the same direction as my natural tear duct is going in, but just obviously extending it a whole lot further. Then from that point, just drawing it back towards my waterline. It takes a little bit more of hard and precise work and concentration, but it's really not that hard if you just go slowly. Then with my MAC 212 brush, I am picking up a little bit more of hot chocolate and just pressing this up against my bottom lash line over the liner we had placed. Then taking a smudge brush and smearing it out with Bordeaux, and then a pencil brush with a little bit of mocha on there and just further smoking it out. I chose to smoke it out pretty far. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I just felt like it added drama to the look. Then while my lashes are drying, I am just going to be placing some mascara. This is Lancome's, what is this called? The Hypnose Drama, and I actually really love this mascara. It's just a little travel size that I have. And then picking up a little bit of Satin Sheets from the Bonbons palette just for a brow bone highlight. Then for lashes, I am using House of Lashes Style in Boudoir, I believe is how you pronounce it. I love these lashes because they are a lot fuller in the center and then a lot more lightweight towards the outer inner corner, which again accentuates that round eye look. So it's really good if you have small eyes like me and you want a more wide doe-eyed look. Then I'm just going to be setting everything with my MAC Fix Plus as always, and also my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And this is the completed look, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Enjoy your weekend.